How are you doing? Welcome to Beach Investing. I'm your host, Andrei, and today we will be talking about the different types of investment properties available to you in the Toronto beaches. So I received a request to talk about this topic and the different purchase prices, the different rents available in this area. So the first thing is the different types of investment properties out there. Well, to name a few, there's single family homes where you can rent them out to just one family. There's duplexes, which you rent them out to two different families. There's triplexes, which is 3 different units, fourplexes, which is 4 different units, and then you can go to multifamily, which is 5 units and higher. Then we have something that's called mixed commercial and residential, which typically in this area is you have a retail store or a commercial unit on the bottom unit, and then you have apartments for residential on top of the unit. That's mixed commercial and residential. Then we have what is called the flip properties, which are properties that are normally really run down, and you have a renovation expert who comes in, buys it, does a renovation to the property, and then sells it for a profit. So those are the different types of investment properties available, to name the major ones in the Toronto beaches and its surrounding area. So what I think the most interesting part about this area is that it's got so much diversity. And what I mean by that is, if you look at any given, well, not any given street, but there's quite a few streets in the Toronto beaches, Leslieville, Riverdale, Danforth Village, and even East York. There's quite a few streets in those areas that the price ranges on one street from $300,000 to $800,000–900,000. So yes, they're obviously very different homes, but on one street, you can live on one street that is probably half a kilometer long, and you're living beside someone who's got a $300,000 house, and you've got a house that's worth $700,000–800,000. I guess if you're the $800,000 owner, you're not too pleased about having a $300,000 house beside you, but still, for an investor, I think that spells potential. It gives you the opportunity to understand that the value potential on that street or even that area is so diverse that you can go in there, obviously doing your homework, but flip potentials are there, renting them out, buying them and renting them out, converting them into duplexes, triplexes, etc. They're all there. They're all available to you. Now, I've seen houses, I've seen duplexes cash flow positively at $650,000. So if you buy a duplex for $650,000, I've seen that cash flow. Obviously, we're talking about a premium duplex here, which offers higher than average rents to the 2 units. But my point is that you don't have to buy a $300,000 house in order to cash flow. Remember how I said that the price ranges actually are very diverse on one given street? Well, so are the rents on any specific given street. So what I mean by that is, if you're in Leslieville and you have what I want to call a slumlord who just doesn't care about his units or his property, and it lets it run down, and he attracts those types of tenants. Sorry to say that, but they do. And then they rent them out he rents out a basement apartment for $500 a month, inclusive of all utilities. And then the next door, you can have a beautiful home where the landlord actually takes care of his house, makes the basement apartment look gorgeous, and he gets $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 of rent, not inclusive, plus utilities. So that's like double the rent, more than double the rent of the neighbor beside him. But the difference is that the tenant profile is different, the quality of the apartment is different. Now, what is the quality? Well, that's a that's a whole different topic, but there's plenty of, different strategies of what to do with the apartment once you buy it. And I guess we can talk about that in another post, another episode. But my point today is to tell you that there's a lot of diversity in this area in terms of rental potential and purchase price potential. And that's the phone. But we'll turn that off for now. So now I've also seen triplexes cash flow for up to $1 million. So people are thinking, well, there's no way that a triplex can cash flow up to $1 million. Well, yes, it can, because there's a lot of different types of quality of. There's a lot of different types of quality tenants. There's a lot of different types of quality. Sorry. This is obviously not scripted, and I don't normally do different takes, so it's one script. I should have turned off my phone, but that's my mistake. I'll learn from that for next time. So when I say there's a triplex that's diverse, there's it can cash flow up to $1 million. I've seen it, and the last one I saw was on a street called Logan Queen and Logan. There was a triplex there. It was done up to the nines, and the rents that you can get for that place were anywhere from $1,500 to $1,700 per unit, which runs you almost to $5,000 of gross monthly income for that triplex. That would cash flow up to probably even over $1 million, but I'm going to say up to $1 million. So because the Toronto beaches has so much diversity, okay, and different options, it all boils down to really what you as the investor wants in an investment property. What are your goals? What do you want? And that will be discussed in another episode about your goals and what you want. But I'm curious to know, what is your favorite type of investment property? What do you normally invest in? I actually ask you if you can post what your favorite type of investment property is below this video. And I'd love to hear from you. So thanks again for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.